What if you could relive your worst nightmare, but this time with a power they stole from you? Aster Elmheim died in the snow, betrayed by the father who raised him. His crime? Being born with something Lord Roderick Elmheim desperately wanted. Welcome to the revenge story of a boy who refused to stay dead. The story opens on a blood-soaked battlefield blanketed in snow. A solitary figure stands atop a mountain of corpses, his breath visible in the frigid air. He turns and freezes there. Amid the carnage stands a black-haired young man. Ash, the older man says, his voice sharp with surprise, "What are you doing here? You were assigned to the subjugation mission." The young man's face is battered, blood trickling from a cut above his eye. His expression is stone cold. "I came to kill you." The blonde warrior's face remains impassive, as if the threat means nothing. "You plan to use us, all along." The younger man continues, his voice trembling with fury. "To squeeze every last drop from us and throw us away when we'd outlived our usefulness." His fists clench. "Father." The word hangs in the frozen air, confirming their bond. The older man's eyes are dead, emotionless. "That is the fate of the wingless," he says. "You always were a foolish son." This is Aster Elmheim, a young man fighting to rewrite his fate. House Elmheim, the greatest martial house on the continent, sworn protectors of the crown. Their crest, a symbol of absolute power, is known throughout the realm. Lord Roderick Elmheim leads them. He alone possesses 7 wings, a mark of unparalleled magical strength. Years ago, on a whim, he rescued young Aster from a blizzard that would have claimed his life. To repay that debt, Aster obeyed every command without question. But his life was hell. In his memories, we see a younger Aster gripping a broken wooden sword. Other boys circle him, sneering. "Don't get cocky just because you're here, wingless." Every member of House Elmheim bears wing crests on their back, proof of magical power. Aster has the mark, but no magic flows through him. He is the only one in the family unable to wield it. His brothers gave him a cruel nickname, Wingless. But Aster refused to break. He trained relentlessly, doing push-ups in the pouring rain, swinging his sword until his hands bled, pushing his body past its limits. While others relied on magic, he carved his strength from discipline and steel. He endured the scorn because he believed that one day his devotion would finally be rewarded. Flashback, a snowy forest. Aster moves through the trees with his companions, their breath misting in the cold air. He suddenly stops, pressing himself behind a tree trunk. Something's wrong. Shapes emerge from the white figures closing in from all sides. His heart pounds. An ambush. Present, the battlefield. "You betrayed me," Aster says, his voice shaking. "After everything I did for you, my loyalty meant nothing?" Roderick's expression is ice. "A tool doesn't have expectations. Your role is finished." Hatred floods Aster's face. Every muscle in his body coils with rage and resentment. He charges. "I was a fool," he screams, swinging his sword with everything he has. "A pathetic idiot for ever believing in you." The blade connects barely. A thin line of blood appears, that's all. Before Aster can react, chains of glowing energy wrap around him from behind. 2 figures emerge from the snow, his brothers. Their red glowing swords slash across his body without hesitation. Aster cries out, collapsing to his knees, as the magical restraints tighten. One brother sneers down at him. "Wingless trash. That's all you'll ever be." They stand over him like executioners. Another brother laughs. "Groveling suits you." Bleeding into the snow, Aster looks up at his father. "Why?" His voice cracks. "Why take me in at all, if you were just going to throw me away?" Roderick kneels, grabbing a fistful of Aster's hair and wrenching his head back. "Don't delude yourself," Roderick says quietly. "You were never useful to me." He leans closer. "I only needed what was inside you, the power of the 7 wings that sleeps in your body." Aster's eyes widen. "The 7 wings? What are you?" "Your mother," Roderick continues, his tone clinical, "was very useful for my plans. She carried the seed that would give him the power he craved." Aster's hand stretches out across the snow, trembling, desperate. "Wait." But Roderick is already walking away. Aster screams in his mind, "Answer me!" The only reply is the cold bite of snow against his skin. His fingers go numb. Is this how it ends? What was it all for? The training, the pain, the devotion. What was any of it worth? His vision blurs. The world fades. And then, warmth. Aster's eyes snap open. But something is wrong. His perspective is low, too low. He tries to move and realizes his limbs are impossibly small. A baby's body. He's cradled against a woman's chest. Her face is pale, lifeless. Blood stains the snow beneath her. Voices echo through the blizzard. Hoofbeats. A golden gleam flashes someone's eyes, giving orders. "Find the woman!" Retrieve the child she stole! Lord Roderick demands it! Aster's infant heart pounds. Roderick. The pieces click together. The baby they're searching for. The woman lying dead in the snow. That's me. I'm the baby. He remembers being found in a blizzard as a child. The same blizzard. The same moment. Golden light shimmers around him as reality shifts. I've gone back to the very beginning. He almost laughs. It's absurd. But there's no time to process it. If he stays here, Roderick will find him. The same cycle will begin again. Not this time. With every ounce of willpower, Aster starts to crawl. His tiny body glows with golden energy as he drags himself away from the woman's corpse. His lungs burn. His limbs scream in protest. He can barely breathe. A trail forms in the snow behind him, proof of his desperate escape. I will survive, he vows. The image of his betrayal seared into his mind. His future self, hand outstretched toward Roderick in hatred. I will have my revenge. Even as an infant, he keeps crawling through the endless white until he collapses. A pair of boots appears in his fading vision. Father, there's a baby here. A small, white-haired girl kneels beside him. A gray-haired man steps forward, Viscount Highfried of House Highfried. The Viscount lifts Aster gently, his expression filled with confusion. A baby? Out here? He glances back at the long trail in the snow, his eyes widening. How far did this child crawl alone? Cradled in the Viscount's arms, Aster finally relaxes, his tiny face peaceful. A dark place. Aster floats in darkness. Before him, another child appears red-haired, surrounded by golden feathers. The child smiles, as if welcoming him. Aster jolts awake in a crib. What was that dream? 4 children surround him, staring down with wide eyes. Don't be so fussy, one of them says. Aster blinks, utterly confused. A girl picks him up. He squirms, trying to break free. With a sudden burst of strength, leaps from her arms. The children gasp. Aster hits the floor and immediately starts crawling, his face tight with desperation. Wait! Stop! One of the girls shouts. Why are they chasing me? He stretches out his hand and golden energy bursts from his body. His eyes ignite with the same radiant glow. Then, impossibly, he begins to float. Aster stares at his own hands in disbelief. Real magic. I'm actually using magic. But his shock breaks his concentration. The energy flickers and he drops. Strong arms catch him mid-fall. Viscount Highfried looks down at the floating baby with quiet fascination. Mysterious little thing, aren't you? Aster's eyes widen. Highfried, Viscount of Ludry's domain, a branch family of House Elmheim. He looks around the grand mansion, the family crest on the walls. This is still an Elmheim house. Heidredmu Elmheim, head of the Highfried branch. He and his brother Roderick were once known as the Two Wings, protectors of the royal family. Aster's stomach sinks. The Viscount and his entire family died in a civil war. He's confirmed it now. He's truly back in time. I escaped Roderick's house, only to fall into his brother's hands. A woman approaches, taking Aster gently from the Viscount. Did his magic go out of control? Poor thing must have been frightened. She cradles him close, her smile warm and genuine. You don't need to be afraid anymore. You're safe here. Aster freezes. Her kindness, it's so foreign, so real. The Viscount steps closer, his expression thoughtful. This child possesses tremendous power. He lifts Aster's shirt. Both the Viscount and the woman inhale sharply. There, on Aster's back, the 7 wings crest. Aster's reflection stares back at him from a nearby mirror. His infant eyes glow gold with shock. Why is it there? Roderick's voice echoes in his mind. I only needed the power of the 7 wings that dwells within you. A memory surfaces Roderick, holding him coldly, calculated. He took me in to steal my wings. Rage floods through him. He called me wingless, after stealing what was mine. The woman looks down, concerned by the sudden intensity in the baby's expression. What do you intend to do with him? She asks her husband quietly. Aster's mind races. This is bad. I can't let the Elmheim family have this power. I need it for my revenge. We'll adopt him. Aster's thoughts screech to a halt. What? The Viscount reaches out, gently patting Aster's head. He's still a fledgling. He can't fly on his own yet. His voice is kind, genuine. I'll take care of him until the day he can soar. Aster stares, speechless. Thud. A little girl tumbles through the doorway. She'd been leaning against it, eavesdropping. The other children peek out sheepishly behind her. The Viscount sighs. How long were you all listening? One boy scratches his head. We were worried about the baby. The children gather around their mother, who smiles down at Aster with deep affection. One of the daughters leans in, her eyes sparkling with curiosity. The woman lifts Aster high, her face glowing. Aster, she says softly, the name of a new star born into our family. 10 years pass. The High-Fried estate gleams under a bright sun. Lord High-Fried, now graying at the temples, is greeted by his aide at the entrance. A carriage rolls to a stop. The door opens, and Aster steps out, sword at his hip. He's grown tall, lean, composed. He extends a hand. Sister Alphen. A red-haired young woman accepts his help, stepping down gracefully. Thank you. She's one of the children who first welcomed him as a baby. They walk together, expressions serious, purposeful. They're heading to the Sword Dance Assembly, an annual gathering of noble martial houses hosted by a ducal family. It's where bloodlines prove their strength, and swordsmen test their mettle in the arena. Aster and Alphen join a crowd of young nobles waiting for the event to begin. Whispers ripple through the crowd. The High-Fried family, bringing him here? An adopted boy of unknown origin. How shameful. How much further will they tarnish the Elmheim name? Eyes linger on Aster's back. Alphen notices. Ignore them. She clenches her fist. In this world, the weak are crushed without mercy. That's just how it is. They stand side by side, unyielding. Viscount Highfried watches them from a distance, arms folded. This is where we stand among the nobles, he says quietly. I wanted you to see it for yourself. He looks at Aster. Are you disappointed? Aster's eyes gleam gold. He smiles sharp, confident. I don't care about their coldness. The Viscount laughs, pride glinting in his eyes. In his past life, Aster's debut at this very event ended in humiliating defeat. That arena held only bitter memories. But now, with his 7 wings restored, everything would be different. This time, Aster vows, I won't be humiliated by anyone. The 3 of them walk toward the grand hall. From a window above, 2 nobles watch with contempt. Aster feels their stares. He doesn't flinch. A glorious debut, he thinks. That's what I'll have this time. The arena. In an era ruled by knights, strength was everything. A light-haired young man clashes swords with his opponent in the center of the arena. The crowd watches, entranced. For nobles, power was measured by mastery of the blade, by grace and lethality in combat. The 2 swordsmen charge. Steel rings out. With a precise strike, the light-haired fighter disarms his opponent. The red-haired loser stumbles back, humiliated. The victor raises his sword high. On his hand gleams the metal, the ultimate symbol of strength and honor. Only the truly powerful possess it. From the viewing box, the High-Fried family watches in silence. One of Aster's sisters sighs. This place is as oppressive as I remember. No wonder the others didn't come. Aster stares down at the arena, memories flooding back. His past defeat, the jeers, the crushing shame. Aster? Alphen's voice breaks through. She looks concerned. Are you nervous? It's your first sword dance, isn't it? No. His voice is flat. It's not nostalgia I feel. It's disgust. Alphen blinks, confused. Viscount Highfried stands. I need to attend a meeting. Look after your sister. Alphen scoffs. I'm older than him. Aster smirks. And clumsier. The Viscount's expression grows serious. Use this time to make connections, but make sure no one discovers the 7 wings. He leaves. Aster exhales. Hiding my power will be easier, said than done. Hostile stares pierce him from every corner of the hall. Aster sighs. Socializing in a place like this, what a nightmare. Still, determination flickers in his golden eyes. Where are you going? Alphen calls after him. He glances back with a small smile. To make some friends. He approaches a group of young nobles, lounging on a sofa. A red-haired boy looks up, sneering. Who the hell are you? Aster keeps his tone even. Brother Dallas, I'm Asterfell Elmheim, your younger brother. Dallas blinks. Another noble leans in. That's the kid the High-Fried family adopted. Dallas's face twists with contempt. So that's why you have the Times Audacity Times to use Fell in your name. Aster's expression doesn't change, but inside, Dallas, Brian, the ones who betrayed me. He studies them carefully. Pathetic. I used to be afraid of these children playing dress-up. Aster. Alphen tugs his arm. You said hello. Let's go. Wait, Alphen. Dallas's voice stops her cold. She tenses. He grins mockingly. Still hiding behind Daddy? Come, join us. That's an order from the main family. Alphen's jaw tightens. There's no master-servant relationship between our families. She turns to leave, but Aster grabs her wrist. Wait. His voice is calm, cold. I'm not finished talking. He faces Dallas. The red-haired noble smirks. Oh? Does the adopted boy know something we don't? He leans forward, venom in his voice. Your father was a knight who couldn't even protect the king, took the blame, had his own brother cut off his arm. He laughs. Thank the gods I don't have loser's blood in my veins. Alphen's eyes blaze. Take that back, now. Without hesitation, he throws the drink in her face. Dallas, your father must be so disappointed in you. This isn't a ballroom. Behave yourself. Next time, wear rags so you won't mind getting wet. Silence. Then Aster speaks, his voice quiet. I was worried, you know. He steps forward. Before I came here, I was afraid I wouldn't feel anything when I saw your faces again. He reaches over, plucking a bottle from a noble's hand. He looks at Elphen. But I'm relieved. Being here again, facing you, it feels right. He tosses the bottle into the air. Slash. He cuts it midair. Wine explodes across his face and chest. Aster smiles. Good reflexes. Aster tastes a drop on his finger. Grape juice. Perfect for a spoiled noble like you. Flashback. 3 years ago. Hold on! Please! One of his sisters cries. Golden energy spirals wildly around young Aster, out of control. The girls back away, terrified. Viscount Highfried watches, concern etched on his face. Can this power truly be controlled? Can either of us master it? Present. A guard bursts into the Viscount's meeting room, breathless. My lord, the children of the main family and the Highfried branch, they're dueling. The Viscount and the Duke exchange sharp looks. Without a word, the Viscount bolts from the room. In the corridor, his daughter catches sight of him rushing past. Father? What's wrong? What happened? The arena. Nobles crowd the windows, murmuring excitedly. One smiles wickedly. A fight between Elmheim brothers. How delicious. The Duke and Viscount arrive, faces grim. The Duke's lips curl into a slow smile. Depending on how this ends, this festival could descend into chaos very soon. Dallas grins, hungry for blood. You fool! Picking a fight with the Duke's house? He pulls back his collar, revealing the four-winged crest on his back. We're on completely different levels. He sneers. Show me yours, or are you too ashamed? Aster smirks. Showing off a simple pattern? That's embarrassing. Dallas's face twists with rage. You arrogant. If I win, Aster says calmly, you apologize to my sister. Dallas laughs. Fine, but when I win, you become my dog, forever. He charges. Their blades clash steel, screaming against steel. Aster blocks the strike cleanly, his stance unwavering. Dallas channels magic into his sword. A crimson aura flares around the blade. He swings with explosive force. Aster! Elphen screams from the balcony. The Duke watches, arms folded, smiling faintly. His swordsmanship is still immature, but the crest's magic compensates. He considers the mechanics of power. One wing is like a candle's flame, weak, flickering. The four wings, that's an explosion. Dallas grins, red energy swirling. Where's all that courage now? Come on, show me your power! Stop hiding. He raises his sword with both hands for a finishing blow. A noble nearby smirks. It's over. Golden light ignites around Aster's blade. He moves. Clang. The strikes collide, red against gold. Dallas's eyes widen in shock. Aster smiles. You talk too much. He kicks. Dallas flies backward, slamming into the ground. Aster's golden aura intensifies. I waited 10 years. 10 years of training in the Highfried house. For this, his eyes blaze. For revenge. He advances a flurry of strikes, relentless, overwhelming. Dallas stumbles, barely able to parry. He drops to one knee. Another noble gapes. Dallas is being pushed back? Green and yellow energy bursts from Dallas's crest, forcing Aster back momentarily. I'm a four-wing, Dallas roars. I can't lose to someone like you. Aster's gaze is ice. He strikes again, harder, faster. The nobles murmur in awe. There are still monsters like him in the Elmheim family. Viscount Highfried watches, tense. This is bad. Dallas grits his teeth, desperately trying to hold his ground. Then a memory flashes through Aster's mind. His adoptive father, gravely wounded. Roderick standing over him, laughing maniacally. Aster's golden aura explodes. Stop! Dallas screams. Aster! His family shouts from the balcony. A massive wave of golden energy erupts. Dallas is thrown back violently. The Duke doesn't move, doesn't flinch. Aster stops. He drives his sword into the ground inches from Dallas's face. Dallas lies there, trembling, soaked in sweat. Aster looks down at him, cold and detached. Next time, come in rags. He turns, meeting the eyes of his family in the balcony. I'm not wingless Ash anymore. His smile is sharp, victorious. Finally, my mind is clear. Then something shifts. Aster's eyes flicker red. He feels it, a presence, malevolent, overwhelming. He looks up. At the top of the grand staircase stands a figure wreathed in dark crimson energy. Aster's blood runs cold. No. The man stares down at him with pure contempt. Aster's hands tremble. It can't be. His former father standing right there in front of him. The nobles murmur in disbelief. The high-fried youngest defeated the Duke's third son. But Lord Roderick won't let this humiliation stand. Aster feels the oppressive weight of the man's presence before he even turns around. Dallas laughs manic, relieved. Father! Aster turns. Lord Roderick descends the stairs, his face carved from stone, eyes burning with cold fury. Aster's jaw tightens. Roderick, the man who betrayed him, the man who stole everything. Dallas crawls forward, grabbing his father's leg. Father, please, that bastard, he challenged the family. Put him in his place. Without a word, Roderick lifts his boot and crushes Dallas's hand into the floor. Dallas screams. The hall goes silent. Even his brother stares, horrified. Roderick doesn't look down. Why are you crying? You dragged our name through the mud. Brother, stop! Viscount Highfried shouts. Roderick ignores him. You have no right to hold a sword. Aster steps forward, blade raised. Uncle. Roderick's eyes shift to him. My cousin hasn't apologized to Sister Alphen yet, as promised. He meets Roderick's gaze without flinching. Wait until after the apology to punish him. Roderick's lip curls. You think being an orphan makes you an Elmheim? I'm the Viscount's son, Aster replies evenly. He taught me the pride of a knight. Roderick's gaze shifts to the balcony, to Viscount Highfried and his family. You've tarnished the main family's reputation. A noble murmurs, this can't be dismissed as a children's squabble. Another adds quietly, the boy's father gave an arm as the price for disloyalty once. Roderick's voice is ice. What are you prepared to sacrifice for your audacity? Aster doesn't hesitate. With respect, uncle, this wasn't a squabble, it was a duel. I answered insults with my sword. He pauses, and I won't give up anything. Roderick's eyes flash. A light-haired noble grins from the crowd. Bold little bastard, isn't he? Alphen's face goes pale. Aster. Roderick moves. His blade is a blur. Brother, no, the Viscount screams. Sword raised. Clank. The two brothers' blades meet, sparks exploding. They clash, fierce, brutal, separating them. Everyone freezes. The Viscount rushes to Aster's side. Are you all right? Aster staggers, but stays upright, blood trickling down his face. His eyes burn gold. Roderick watches from across the hall, expression unreadable. Then he turns and walks away without a word. Dallas stumbles after him. The Viscount catches Aster before he collapses. I protected her, Aster whispers. Kept my promise. The Viscount's eyes shine. You were magnificent. Above, nobles murmur among themselves. The Duke intervened, childish but necessary. If the boy had won outright, the family's reputation would have been shattered. Even so, that boy stood firm against Lord Roderick, a rising star. An older man strokes his beard thoughtfully. An arrow of turmoil is nearing, a storm that could split the world. Sometime later, sunlight streams across the Highfried training grounds. Aster swings a wooden sword, disarming his sparring partner effortlessly. A knight watching mutters, incredible. Another nods. He's only 10 years old, and he crushed Lord Roderick's third son. His companion grins. Refreshing, isn't it? The main family's been oppressing us for too long. Aster trains relentlessly, his mind sharp. I showed my strength at the sword dance, enough to silence those who mock the Highfried house. But he knows the truth. My real target is the Elmheim family, Roderick. He remembers the clash Roderick's overwhelming power. At my current level, I can't defeat him. He strikes again, eyes blazing gold. The 7 Wings crest measures latent power, but I can't use all 7 yet. Wasted potential. He charges his next opponent crack. The knight's sword snaps. Who's next? Aster shouts. Every knight is on the ground, defeated. Up to no good again? Alphen approaches, arms crossed. Father's calling for you. Aster nods, walking past the fallen knights. Then he notices her clothes. Wearing. He blinks, surprised. What? Alphen asks, tilting her head. It's just rare. Didn't you hate wearing dresses? She smiles. Everything needs balance. You inspired me not to stay as I was. Aster frowns, confused. She takes his wooden sword from him. When I get back, you're spending time with me. No excuses. He grins. Go easy on me, okay? Later. Aster knocks on his father's office door. Come in. He steps inside. Viscount Hifrid sits behind his desk, expression grave. Sit. Aster obeys. The Viscount exhales slowly. 10 years have passed since we welcomed you into this family. He places a ring on the table. Aster leans forward. What is this? Proof of the next head of House Hifrid. Aster's eyes widen. I want you to succeed me. Silence. The Viscount continues. Our house is in a delicate position. You know this. Even as a branch of Elmheim, we have our own territory to protect. We can't leave the seat vacant forever. Do my sisters know? I'll tell them tonight, at the academy. Aster thinks of his sisters Malfa and Kudo. Kudo won't be happy. She already dislikes me for being born male with 7 wings. He stands. I refuse. The Viscount's brow lifts. I can't control my magic. I almost hurt Alphen. I'm not ready. The Viscount watches him carefully. Then he smiles. You always made me wonder if you were truly just a child. He opens another box. I thought the ring was a reward for the assembly, but I think you'll prefer this. Aster's breath catches. Inside the box, a hilt. No blade. The magic sword Graham, a treasure of our family. The only weapon capable of controlling the power of the 7 wings. The forest. The Viscount holds Graham, channeling his magic. A red energy blade materializes from the hilt. It's a blade of potential, completed by the wielder's power. He swings. A crimson wave obliterates trees, carving a trench through the forest. With mediocre power, the blade will drain you dry. He offers it to Aster. Want to try? Aster grips the hilt. Golden light erupts. His mana floods into the weapon, wild, uncontrollable. A massive beam of golden energy explodes into the sky. The courtyard. A knight shades his eyes. Did a comet just fall? Another shakes his head. Opposite, something flew up. Alphen watches the sky. That's definitely Aster's work. Aster holds the sword, grinning. It's extraordinary. Not the sword, the Viscount corrects. Your power. He points to the sky. There's never been anyone with the 7 wings in our entire lineage. When you master this, you'll surpass even Roderick. His expression darkens. But such power attracts conflict. If they discover your 7 wings, you'll become a target. Exploited. Eliminated. He extends his hand. Get strong, while I can still train you. Aster clasps it firmly. I won't live miserably again. I'll master the 7 wings, and this sword. 3 days later, a carriage arrives. A red-haired girl leaps out dramatically. She spreads her arms. Reunion hug. The younger sisters run past her straight to the white-haired woman beside her. Sister Malfa. Kudo's arms hang in the air. Why does no one hug me? One sister pouts. You always mess up our hair. I do not. She spots Alphen on the stairs. Without warning, she tackles her into a crushing hug. Kudo can't breathe. Malfa smiles at her father. Where's Brother Aster? Kudo's head snaps around at the name. The forest. Aster swings Graham. A red energy wave explodes outward, then spirals out of control. He dodges, panting. I can create the blade, but I can barely keep it stable. You've outdone yourself. Kudo walks toward him, smirking. You didn't even come welcome me home. Cold. You were on night missions. I heard you earned the honorary medal. Her smile fades. If I couldn't even do that, I'd never succeed, Father. She narrows her eyes. Did you refuse the successor offer because of me? That wasn't. You know what my dream is. She draws her sword. So let's test your skills. Aster barely dodges. A tree explodes. What the hell? She grins. I'm serious. Next time, I'm going all out. My sword's still incomplete. Would you give an enemy that excuse on the battlefield? She charges. She's really trying to kill me. Aster releases his golden aura. Their blades clash, and Kudo's eyes gleam with fierce determination.